Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I wanted to speak about hard hitting, just that alone. And the reason I wanted to speak about it is because I've been seeing comments on, videos and, polls and all that saying that hard hitting does not stack anymore and all that good stuff. Now, this is true. Hard hitting does not stack, but it's also been increased to 25% damage to elites. Now, that may sound crazy that, it's 25% damage. What does that have to do with anything? But if I remember my numbers on my gear before this new update, and my goodness, this UI is so confusing. I think I had about 72% or 70 plus percent damage to elite, something along the lines there. I can't remember. And or 80. Some people are running up to 100, 110, 120, whatever it is. But to be very honest, I think you can still run that same number without any problems. Now, if you look at hard hitting on your mask or anywhere, the talent overall is 25%, but there are possible masks that can drop up to 45% damage to elites. These are the Douglas Harden masks that were sold a while ago at the Dark Zone vendor outside. And if you didn't buy any of these, then man, I don't know what to say. You just need to go and, get it, I don't know. Beat yourself up a little bit, smack yourself in the face. Yes, it's one of those things. And one of the things that I would say is if we look through the numbers, you're probably still going to be able to end up with 100% damage to elites. And we're going to run through the math real quick. So let's say you have on your mask 40% damage to elites, and then you also have hard hitting, which is 25%. Let's say I have 35% here. Let's just go with this number. So 35 plus 25 is going to give me 60. Okay, good. So I have 60% damage to elites here on my mask alone. And now the only other places I can get damage to elites are Badger Tough. Now, Badger Tough is now going to have a 6 piece version, and so I got a Badger Tough knee pad here, and so I get an extra 7% damage to elites in terms of that. Let me remove this. Let's get this mask here, and so I get that Badger Tough, and then if I then go and mod my weapon and put my damage to elite rolls where they need to be 8 on the sight and then 5% on the muzzle, I'll probably break even when it comes to how much damage to elites I can actually roll. But if I'm going to get to that 100, so I'm at 80%, and that's with my Eagle Bearer. Wait, let me change what weapons. Switch weapons. 100% damage to elite time right now. I'm at 80%. So I'm at 80% damage to elites, and I'm not even max rolled. If I'm max rolled, if you notice, my mask is missing about 8 to 10% damage to elites. And if I get that 10%, I'm at 90% damage to elites all by myself. And that, I think, puts you okay. Now, it is a nerf, around a 20% nerf. But if you look at other possibilities in terms of weapon damage, you're probably going to be able to come out even. I think what the developers are doing is maybe they already have all these changes in place, and they just haven't given us enough context, or they're putting all the math at the tail end. They're fudging the numbers, is what I would just call it. I mean, it's not in a bad way. They're not doing anything illegal. They're just taking the math and shifting it to a different direction. And so it may seem like it's throwing everybody off. There are nerfs in there, yes, but at the same time, there are buffs that I can already just from the top of my head see working. Like, if you may say, okay, but how do I get these buffs back? Well, good question. When I just ran one mission just now, I got a Fenris mask. For those of you who watch my other video, you're probably like, oh, they're rolling your eyes at this Fenris mask. I know. And if you have a 511 chest piece, which I don't have any in here, but if you have a 511 chest piece, those 511 chest pieces are capable of doing some good work. Now, another thing too is, if you think about it, this does not stack damage to elites that's coming in. Now makes it where you don't have to depend on your Fenris chest piece in order for you to do anything. Like a chest piece like this, if you look at it, these things have 2 offensive mod slots, and they don't seem like they're changing those anytime soon. So now you can use this without any pressure and run whatever you want. Like I have this one here, 2 offensive mod slots. It's got vital, which doesn't stack, which is okay. And it's been given a buff, by the way, 25% health. And I can run an extra 5% weapon damage mod in here. 2 weapon damage mods, so giving myself an extra 10% weapon damage. And don't even sleep on even that Badger Tough knee pad, because even though it doesn't have a talent, which we're probably not going to need if we're running a full damage build like this, it runs an offensive mod slot. So you think about the possibilities. You think about Iraldi. Iraldi now has its own knee pads as well. You think about your hybrid, your Alps. Is it hybrid that does the? Yeah, your Alps. Not hybrid, sorry, climbing gloves that do have an offensive mod slot. You think about multiple possibilities on how you can increase and improve your damage. You're going to see that the numbers all of a sudden have now been rotated around, because the 6 pieces of all the other brand sets coming in, say 511, are now making it possible for us to be able to still gain our damage that we already did have. Now, granted, there's going to be some farming involved, and that's where I think a lot of people are a little frustrated that they'll have to go back and farm again. But if they make the loot drops better and remove this stupid 1.5% critical hit chance type range drops, that's absolutely absurd. Then we're probably going to be in a good place. We're probably going to be in a good place when it comes to the quality of the loot drops. So I just wanted to put that math out there. There's a little bit of a loss, but all is not lost. There's also a lot more gain that I feel like there's probably going to be some give and take. On looking at it this way, from this perspective, it makes a lot more sense. Hearing it from somebody in a 30-minute state of the game and looking at patch notes doesn't really do anything, you know. And I feel like the developers, maybe they've had this as a plan for a long time or whatever it is. But that's pretty much what that hard hitting looks like now, and I think that's what we're going to be dealing with. So that's all I have for now. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.